Dear friends, welcome back. In this video, I'd like to penetrate into one machine on the Van Hub, which is Tempus Fugit 3. This machine, from my point of view, is so fantastic, like the first and the second machine in the series of the Tempus Fugit, although it's a bit hard. But we like playing games, right? So and in this video, we will take a look at a variety of important techniques. For example, how to detect and exploit the SSTI vulnerability or server-side template injection vulnerability. As you know, nowadays, many web framework utilize the template engine. For example, such as the Django, also like a Flask, and also I'd like to take a look at the how to how to handle the one-time OTP, one-time password. To be honest, this is the first time I face the OTP technique or technology, one-time password. Okay, so I think you can get something, at least a few things from my videos, this video. So without further ado, let's just get started. We can switch over into the Kali Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be netdiscover. All right, as you can see over here, the IP address of the target has been recognized as 157. So what do we have to do next? Of course, we need to do the port and surface scanning with a map. To save time of this video, I've already completed before. So for now, we just get out its result. So as you can see over here, I used the option like scene scan, the virtual scan, the default script scan, followed by the -p- to do the full range port scan. And then the last option of all is ON to output the result into this file. Although, as you can notice here, the IP address has been changed a bit. So from the mmap scanning, we can tell that the target has only one open port number at this moment, the 80, and also the surface information injects. So what are we going to do next? We need to do the surface scanning, the web application immersion. Okay, so now we can launch our browser to do the manual immersion first. We can put the IP address of the target into the address bar. Press enter, and we can get the page back. So clean and modern design template. So from this title itself, we can deduce that maybe this machine has some collection to the template injection vulnerability. Anyway, at the top you can see several links about and surface, but all of them are just linked to internal location at the same page. Okay, and except the last one, login. And here we can provide some, for example, the admin and admin to try, but I don't think so. Okay, so maybe the target or the web application is protected by the WAF, the web application firewall. Okay, and if you want, you can launch the SQL map to test the SQL injection vulnerability. But to save time of this video, I will not do that here. Okay, so also, as always, we need to check its source code as usual in case we miss something important from the source code, but not this case. Next, maybe we can close up the source code tab. And next, we need to check whether the robots file is available. Robots. We got something redirecting, and at the bottom, page not found. Very interesting. This is not usual behavior. This is some sort of weird, right? The information what we supply is printed out, on the screen or on the page. So maybe, from here we can also the title itself, we can guess that maybe this web application is vulnerable to the SSTI or template injection vulnerability. But before we try to exploit or detect such vulnerability, I'd like to take a look at the automatic enumeration. Okay, so now we can launch Ligato to do the automatic enumeration. Ligato can give us the information about the web application from various aspects. So for example, like version information, the header information, allowed HTTP methods, and also some common files or directories. But this case, we cannot get anything exciting from Ligato. I will not wait anymore. I just stop the Ligato. Next, we can launch the GoBuster to do the directory enumeration. I'm just following my own, methodology, okay? And we can use W option to specify the word list. And as usual, I will use the GoBuster as my word list. And extension option. Press enter. Although GoBuster discovered like index, this should be the home page and also the login directory. However, I think both have been found during the manual enumeration, and I don't think we can get anything else beyond these two files or two directories. Okay, directory. To save the time of this video, again, I will not wait anymore. So I think we have already done almost everything in terms of the web application enumeration. So far we just got one interesting discovery. I mentioned maybe the target. This web application is vulnerable to the SSTI or server-side template injection vulnerability. Okay, so now we need to test or need to confirm our guess. For example, we can input, anything. Of course, that thing for certain will not exist. As you can see, this information is returned from the web application, and I think I use the Django. Django also utilize the template engine. This one, the template engine technology is great, but we will not get this technology here. So next we need to, of course, you can go to the, I've already opened up the this website, which can give us the techniques how to detect and also how to exploit this vulnerability, server-side template injection. And sometimes website may filter specific characters. So next, I think we can run, we can feed some payloads to test. We need to know exactly whether the web application is vulnerable or not. Okay, so now, for example, we can put the 2 multiply 8. If 16 is returned from the target, this will confirm our guess. Okay, this is indeed is vulnerable. We can press enter. As you can see, 16 is returned. Next, we need to try several payloads to run commands. Okay, you of course, when I did the machine, I tried this. Even this is not complete a payload list, and for example, also this one. And I tried many payloads until I found this one. This one, it can work for our machine. We can copy. Also, I think you can use the Python to automate this process. But for now, we can paste over here, and we can, we can replace this command. This just cut out the password file. This can be replaced by reversal command. But another very important for this payload is that this number 422, this number varies depending on the web application. So of course, and so we need to enumerate, or we need to make brute forcing to find the correct number, okay, or the variable, whatever you call it. And I've already made a video about this step. I will not give the details of this step. The link of that video will be also appended into the video below, okay? But here I just give you the result. This should be this one, 373. You can combine Burp Suite intruder module and the Fox proxy plugin of the browser to do this very well, no problem. And the next we need to, we need to find the reversal command like this one. We can copy and we can paste over here, and we need to do some modification. We need to change the IP address, this IP address, to our Kali Linux. And as always, change to my favorite port number. And also we can use, this would be safer reversal command, okay? And we can use double quotes to wrap the entire command, and then we can replace this command, and then we can copy, and we need to set up the listener on the Kali Linux, and then press enter. So from the status of the browser, we can tell that we are successful to get the reversal command, as you can see over here. And then we can spawn the interactive shell, pty spawn, and we can export a term and xterm color. Okay, so next we need to do some local enumeration. For example, we can check the architecture. I think this kernel is somewhat stable. Do not have many exploit, or it was not easy to exploit. Okay, and the next we need to go to the home, but no normal user. Maybe now, although we have already got a foothold on the target, however, possibly we are within the container. For example, we can run the IP address, command not found, and also ifconfig, no command not found, cut out the password file, and no normal user. And we can go to the, for example, like OPT. So this is the SQL Cipher 3. Interesting. PY SQL Cipher. Okay, and I think this should be the, maybe this is the module for this one. Maybe third party module, SQL Cipher. The name can, of course, I never used this module before, but I think this has something to do with the encryption, okay? But for now, we just put it aside for a while. Clear. So what can we do next? Sorry. Maybe next we can upload the NumPy shell script, or maybe even we need to upgrade this session, this shell to the Metpreter. However, if you check the wget is not there, and also the queue is not there. So how to do? Normally, how to get the Metpreter session? The first one, we can create the payload. Create the payload, the Metpreter payload with MS Vellum, okay? And then we can set up the web server on the Kali Linux or attacking machine. And then on the target, we can use wget or queue to upload this payload. And then, of course, we can launch the Metasploit console on the Kali Linux. And then we can execute the payload on the target. Okay, so this should be the steps to to upgrade or get the Metpreter session. Okay, however, this case we do not have anything wget queue. So how to do? I've already demonstrated this technique in the video. I've already mentioned at the very beginning. However, I'd like to do this or showcase this technique very quickly. And we can go to the temp directory, and we can open up a new tab. And we can use the MS Vellum. And I'd like to autocomplete this command. I can use the -p to specify the payload type. And then, of course, we need to configure some arguments. The local host is set to the Kali Linux, and also the port number. This port number, Kali Linux will use this port number to listen on, okay? Waiting for the collection from the target. And the format should be the ELF for the Linux, and and output to this file, okay? So now we can press enter. All right, it's done. Because of the reason I mentioned, we cannot upload this payload to the target. Next I'd like to take another way, which is also very important technique for you. We can cut out this file and encode by the base 64. And I use the option of W0 to disable the line wrapper. And now we can press enter. As you can see, we can get this encoded data, and we can copy. And then we can echo to decode base 64, and then we can save the data or output to, we can use the same file name. Okay, and of course we need to change mode to execute this payload. Before we run this payload, we need to set up the listener first. Okay, so we can launch Metasploit console. Next, we need to set up the handler. So this should be exploit multi-handler. And then we need to set a payload. This payload has to be the same as this one. When we create the payload with MSF Vellum, we can copy. And we can set localhost to our Kali Linux, set local port number. This port number again should be the same as this one when we create the payload. And we can run it. And as you can see over here, the reverse TCP handler has started without a problem. So now we can execute this payload. As you can see, we successfully retrieved the MET-Preter session. So wonderful. And now, for example, we can do many things. For example, we can print out the working directory, which is in the temp directory, and also we can display the IP address. As you can see, just one normal interface, and the IP address is this one. Of course, this is the private IP address, not the target IP address, right? So it confirms our early discovery. This is the container. Although, yeah, this should be the container. We need to escape from the container next. And however, we can copy and the container. Next, how to do? Of course, we need to find the internal network. We need to find out how many machines are on the internal network. And we can use Metasploit has a module of scanner, TCP scanner, but I think the performance is not great. I like to use another way. We can upload the Nmap binary to the target. Okay, so how to do? We can. I've already got this binary ready, which you can get it from the GitHub. And now we need to transfer this binary to the target, which is so easy. We can utilize the built-in function of a MET-Preter upload and a map. Okay, it's done. And then we can get the interactive shell by run command and Python. Okay, so next also we can set the term variable. And next, of course, we need to change the mode of the map. And then we can run it. We need to find out how many machines which are alive on the network. Okay, we can use the option of SN to discover the alive hosts or alive machines. We can press enter. Okay, it's done. And found the new IP address we can copy. And normally this IP address should belong to the host machine, the two host containers. So this should be the new, maybe possibly, host. Okay. So next we need to make furthermore scanning with a map. We need to know the open port numbers and the service information of this IP address. So how to do? And because the current user is not root, so we cannot do the stealthy scanning with a map. But we can use a map. We can use the full connect scan. And then we can press enter. Okay, so now I think this one we have already know this port number, right? Also the state is filtered and the 18, but we discovered two other open port numbers, and we can copy. And the next we need to access this, port numbers, right? And to do that, we can use built-in port forwarding functions of the Meterpreter. But based on my experience, I don't know why the Meterpreter is not very stable. The performance is not acceptable from my experience. Sorry to say that. So I'd like to use another way. We can use SSH to set up the, because I think we can, for example, the SCP is there. Oh, sorry, SSH is there. So we can use SSH to set up such tunnels. But before we go there, I'd like to make more immersion. So this is the reason why this machine is a bit difficult. And just now we mentioned the target maybe has some collection or has something to do with the Python SQL cipher. Actually, we need to go to the web application. Oh, sorry, CD. Go to the Flask app, and we can get out the app, and then you can get some important information. For example, we can know that the target is running Flask, which is one of the popular web framework. And also we can get the key, we can copy. And also, as you can see over here, from this module, import this module as SQL cipher. And also the connect or log in to the database. So maybe, because here cipher, it means that database is encrypted. We need to use this utility and also the key to retrieve information from the database. And next, we need to check whether the target has this utility or not. Okay, so now, before we do that, I like to make a note. Okay, actually, I think this should be the flag, and then we can get the first flag. Important findings. Okay, and we can. And the next we need to do more immersion. We can go to the static directory, and the next we need to check whether SQL cipher is available. It's there, and now we can use clear SQL cipher and db2 db. This should be the SQLite file, and interactive. Okay, and then we can import the key. I think this is similar to the Django, right? The key, and the key, we can import the key by this command or this command, and then we can, the SQLite is different from the MySQL. The tables, and they're just only one table, and then we can use the normal or standard SQL query statement to retrieve the data or dump data from this table. And we got something we can copy and paste over here. So I think this should be the credentials, and except the last one we can copy. Maybe this is another flag. Okay. This is the third flag, but we didn't get the second flag yet. And which doesn't matter. Okay, we can go on. So next, as you can see, we got some credentials, and at the home page, we found that there is login link, and now we can access this link with these credentials. So the login, and we can copy the username and also very complicated password. Submit. As you can see, we are successful. Even we can get something, we can copy. Maybe this is the second flag. Yeah, this is the second flag. But another very important discovery is this one, this number. It looks like familiar, right? Do you remember? During the map scanning with this, maybe we can exit from the database. So which one? We found, which one? Maybe I forgot to make notes. I think this is not good. We can, already, as you can see, this should be the port number, okay? Even if you try to, for example, you can log out and log in with another user. For example, here you can copy this one. You will get the same information. Login and okay, the same number. So interesting, right? So now we have already got some important discovery. Next, I think we need to take a look at these two port numbers, the 443 and this one. Although MetaProtector has built in, just mentioned, but this is not good. I'd like to use the SSH to set up the tunnel. So how to do? We can SSH, and first of all, I'd like to set up the tunnel for this port number, and we can use this is the local port number on the Kali Linux. And Kali, but of course I need to make sure the SSH service is running on the Kali Linux. Sudo. It's done. Kali. Now we can press enter. Yes. Okay. So I think we have already set up the tunnel or port forwarding for this. I mean, I think this should be the host. So next, we can access this service. But I think also we need to set up another tunnel for this port number. Okay, this port number. And how to do? So this is another advantage of the MetaProtector. We can background this current session, and then we can get another channel. PTY spawn. Okay, export term. Clear. And now we can set up another another tunnel, and we can use, maybe we can use the same or use another pod number. This pod number is very difficult to remember, right? We can use this one, and we can copy the Kani. Okay, yes. Okay, so now if you display the active or open pod numbers locally, you can see this pod number is open and also this one. So next we can use browser to access both surface. We can use local, okay, and also we can access another one. As you can see, we got some banner information, SSH. So maybe, this pod number, the surface, this pod number is used by the SSH. So later we can use SSH client to connect to. But for now, we need to take a look at this one. And because now we are still in the container, we need to escape from the container. And as you can see, here at the bottom, you can see the CMS information, process wire CMS, and also the admin login. And you can try, and sorry, I need to go back. Here, there's some very important information all under my supervision. So I think from this message, we can tell that maybe this user is administrator. Okay, and if you try to use the credential, this username and password, you will fail. Actually, because this administrator, for this administration, the username is admin, and we can copy, and we can log in. The username is admin, and password login. It's successful. So next we need to install the web shell. And so how to do? We can go to the modules and new. And of course, we can add the modules. You can get to the module, the hello module. You can, this is the official website for this CMS process wire. You can download, but I've already downloaded it before. So now we can go inside this directory. And you need to edit. You need to add this. This is a one-liner of a web shell. Okay, so now I've already done that before. So now we can quit. Next, we need to zip this directory. And now we need to upload this module. Maybe we can close up this website, and also we can install, open, upload, and we can install. Okay, although there is some error which doesn't matter, we can go back and go to the pages. You can edit any page, and you can pass the argument, for example, cmd id. As you can see, the id command has been executed successfully. Next, we need to, get a foothold on the target, and we need to run some sort of a reversal command. But because this is protected by the WAF, and we need to bypass such a WAF. And the way I've already make notes, this one, we can use the wildcards, the question mark to, this, although this is the wildcard, but the system we can identify the command. Okay, this should be the bin and sh. Okay, And this one should be the IP address of the, the decimal format of the IP address. And you can go to this website. You can put the IP address of the Kali Linux and convert, and then you can get this decimal format of the IP address to bypass the WAF. I've already done that, and this should be the available port number on the Kali Linux, and we can copy. And also we need to set up the listener on the Kali Linux. Maybe I can close up this tab as well. So we can run this command. Press enter. It looks like it's working. And we can check the ID, the Python, pty spawn. Okay, so now I think we are within the host. As you can see, we can get the actual or the real IP address of the target. Okay, and we can export the term, xterm color, clear. So next, what can we do next? Now we need to make, local enumeration. And for example, we can go to the root directory. And you can notice this one, very weird file name, 3 dots, and the UID is 1337. If you can get out the password file, no such user use this UID. Okay, a bit weird, but for now we can clear. So how to do? We need to move. So this is the third difficulty of this machine. Actually, we need to do more enumeration. For example, we can go to the var and go to the backups. And we found this. I think this should be, I think just now we have already cut out the password file. This is the username. Yeah, username we can copy. Okay. So next, I think we should transfer this file, this picture, to the Kali Linux. So how to do? We can use the SCP, because SCP is there, and we can use SCP, and we can copy the file name, the Kali, and we want to transfer to working directory. So we can copy the absolute path of the working directory, and then we can copy this file name to avoid the mistake. Yes. Okay, it's done. Now we go back. And actually, this is the QR code. We can go to folder, OneHubs. And you can use some online scanner to scan this QR code. Actually, this QR code is, this is the OTP password. And to do that, we need to install in your own mobile phone. You need to install the one application, the mobile application. Yeah, this one, the TOTP authenticator. This is the 2 factors authenticator. Yeah, to do this machine, you need to install this mobile app onto your own machine. And then we go back. Since now we have already got the username and from the file name of this picture, so next we can, we can SSH to the target SSH, and the port number should be, we have already set up the tunnel, right? And the username should be this one. We can copy, and the local host. Okay, press enter, and we need to provide the verification code, which you can get from the mobile app, the TOTP app. To be honest, this is the first time I used this application, and you can input the numbers. But it doesn't work. We need to try several times until it can work. Okay, so now we can we need to stop and connect again. Terrible, right? We need to try several times. As you can see, we successfully log into the target. I felt a bit relieved, and then we can get the force flag. We can copy and we can echo to decode, and this should be the force flag. Okay, so now we can continue. So next, we need to, for example, make a lateral movement or privilege escalation. For example, we can check the sudo. We can run this utility without password. So do you remember under the root directory, there is this one, this file, 3 dots, and any user with UID of 1337 can access. But at this moment, no user has such SUID. However, this utility add customer can allow us to add a user, right? We can sudo scripts add customer, and we can, of course, this should be the add customer, and we can use any username like JSON, and password, any password, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So now we have already created the user JSON, and this user has SUID of this one. So then we can switch our shell to the new user, and then we can access that suspicious file. 1 2 3 4 5 6, and now we can get out this file. As you can see, actually this is the private key, and we can copy and paste over here. But unfortunately, we don't know which user is using this private key. Of course, we need to change the mode. We need to try one by one. And we can go to the home directory. Okay, then we can try like from this one. Okay, so we can use SSH because we have already set up the tunnel, so we can access the surface, SSH surface on the target by accessing local SSH surface. Okay, so but for now we didn't know which user uses this private key. We can try. Not correct. So we try the next user. Which one? Simon. Not work. Oh, sorry. And we can try this one. Oh, sorry. This is my bad. We need to specify the private key. Okay, but next we can try again. Doesn't work. Next we can try this user. This is taking time, right? But we have to do. And then the next user. Because this machine is dynamic in nature. Every time you do the machine, the okay, we are lucky. We just tested 3 users or 4 users. We get another share of another user. Okay, so now what can we do next? You know, this is I think should be the 4th difficulty. As you know, now if we run sudo, we do not have the password for this user. Actually, the vector to escalate privilege lies in the ping binary. If which ping, as you can see, this is one ping. However, there is another ping on the target. The ping, as you can see, even this ping has SUID bit, but normally we can go to the website like CTF OBIMS and find the instruction to utilize the binary which has SUID bit to elevate, but this case ping doesn't have such a way. So next I think we need to transfer this ping to the canonics for analysis. How to do? We can navigate to temp. We can copy. Oh, we got the mail, which doesn't matter. And then we can copy ping. Okay, so next we can transfer this ping binary to the canonics. This will be very easy. We can open up a new tab. We can use the SCP ping and cani. We want to transfer this file to the working directory on the Kali Linux. Okay, it's done. Okay, it's done. Next, we can launch Ghidra to reverse engineering this binary. We can use code browser and then import the binary or the file to analyze, import. Okay. Yes. Analyze. Okay. And we can locate, first of all, we can locate the main function, which should be the starting point of any C code or library, or sorry, binary. And we can scroll down. Complicated binary. As you can see, you can notice here, enjoy your root shell, which means that we can take advantage of this binary to elevate privilege to root. However, you can see the two conditions. The magic should be this one, dead beef, and also the variable, this variable, the var1, and the UID. The UID should be equal to this one. Of course, this is the hex. We can convert this hex to the decimal, and actually this should be the 1010. And if you check the current user, the slide, you can check the ID. Actually, the current user is 1010, so it matches. So the escalation would be easy. Sorry, would be easy. We can supply the ping and dead beef, and as you can see, we successfully elevated our privileged root user, and then we can go to the root directory and to grab the final flag. Okay, and this should be the proof. We can copy and to decode. All right, so this should be the final flag. I think this mission is so great, which provides us a lot of, playground to practice our techniques. For example, like SSI, SSSTI, server-side template injection vulnerability or exploitation, and how to, how to exploit the CMS processor wire, and how to upgrade the shell to the mid-pretor session when no wget or Q utility is on the target or is available on the target. So I hope you can enjoy something from some benefits from my videos. I will upload the videos all the time in the cybersecurity. So see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.